Steve Worrall, Outdoors First Media. Out on the water today, trying out the new bender by Lateral Line Lures. This is a new, smaller size, perfect size for crappies, bass, pike. What we're going to be doing today is giving these things a try, trolling them for crappies. First time on the water trying this with these baits, so let's see if we can't catch some fish. That didn't take long. I literally threw that back and caught a fish in the first 20 yards. It actually feels like an eater. Good one. Spinning around like crazy. There you go. First time trolling the bender. Took me about 35-40 yards to catch a crappie on it. Oh, it just came off again. It says I'm horsing him.
You're not.
Oh, it just came off. That was a real lazy bite. Barely feeling. It's been a little guy.
Tell yourself that.
I'm gonna say it was a little guy because I lost him. There's one. I'm not gonna horse him this time. I'm gonna go nice and easy.
Easy on it. My lunch you're messing with.
Oh my. He's just spinning around is why. Crappie. Not a giant, but we'll take him. One of the things that is pretty serious when you're using the bender, you really need to have a high quality swivel / snap connected to it. This thing really, it spins the entire time. So if you don't have a high quality swivel on there, what you're gonna end up with is a whole bunch of spin in your line, and you don't want that. Stop that line twist from happening when you're using these lures. Just a heads up on if you're gonna fish the bender bent instead of straight. All I'm doing is just casting that back, one full cast. Trolling along. That last fish hit, I believe, at about 0.9 miles an hour. We had 4 other hits around 0.8 that we didn't stick. And I bumped it up just a little bit, and that last one got stuck. So we're gonna try to stay around 0.9 to 1 miles an hour here. That's one of the really nice things about these lures. You control them super slow, and they're not dragging bottom when you're doing 0.5, 0.6 miles an hour. No hits across that bay that time. What's that all about? Too far.
Fish.
Got one?
Yeah.
So that's on that little bit darker color. Dad just got hooked up on our 3rd pass with these benders. Sounds alright. Here's a little guy, or?
Medium fish. For this lake.
That's not bad.
Really fat fish in this lake, and a 10-incher is kind of a rare beast, so there's actually too many fish in the lake, so we had to keep these little guys and fillet them up, as long as they're not tiny. Not that they wouldn't fillet, it's just embarrassing.
Baits are absolutely unbelievable. Really, can they work that good? They work that good.
They're so radically different than anything we've ever used. I've never seen anything like it. So
I'm sure that's why the fish hit them too. It's something new, completely different movement. They're not like a rattle trap or a crankbait. Very different action. And I know that's why the muskies react to them. You can make the larger bender do almost whatever you want it to do just by a few different ways of retrieving the lure.
Makes a great twitch bait.
Yeah, you can use it as twitch bait. You can actually make it jump out of the water, straight out, kind of shoot off to the side, completely out of the water, right back in. Great topwater bait doing it that way. Straight retrieve, just having it spin. A lot of what I was liking doing with it was reeling it slow and just kind of giving it a few taps as I'm reeling. And that thing's just going all over the place. When you let off, it kind of settles, and when you hit it again, it starts shooting all over. Pretty impressive. So that last fish coming through the bay, we actually sped the trolling motor up to like 1.2, 1.3. That fish hit it on the bend right when I was making the curve to go out to the point. And my rod was on the outside edge, so it was actually slowing that bait down when it hit. Which has been the key so far. 0.9 miles an hour or less, we're catching more fish. One
twice.
That looks like better fish.
Seems like a decent fish.
You want me to net that one, or
I don't think so.
you just roll on? That's a nice one.
Good.
Another real nice eater. Dad seems to be getting all the nicer fish. I get the little guys today.
There it is.
Nice crappie. One thing I can say with these benders, I don't know if it's the day or not, it's hard to say, but we are definitely catching a little bit bigger size crappies on these versus other things I've trolled over the years.
They seem to be catching bigger crappies than the crankbaits we were pulling yesterday.
Oh, I just lost that one. They're really liking it when I'm letting that slack, letting it fall back a little bit so when they're hitting it. This is fun.
Oh,
I would do this constant. It's a lot of fun. Here's one. I was just starting to speed it up. It turns back into that school that we went over, and I got a hit. Slow it back down a little bit. This is about the same size as the last one, maybe a hair bigger.
You're catching my lunch. I love it.
Yeah, Dad's been keeping an eye on the bird. He's on the right side of the boat, paying attention every time we go over a school. And like he just said, every time we've gone over a school, we've had a
There's 1, 2, 3,
hit
4,
or caught one.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Right as we went across that school.
Better one?
Yeah, average, I'd say.
Looks like Dad's gonna have dinner tonight.
A good fight.
What do we got? Can't see it.
Little eater. Had him hooked in the front a little bit.
We're fishing a lake that is stunted with crappies right now. There's just too many of them, not enough feed. And because of that, a lot of the fish that would be a good eater size is about 9 and a half inches is actually a decent eater in here.
Yeah.
Perfect. There's a lot of meat on them, and a lake gets like that, keeping a few fish out of it, you're helping it before you're hurting it, that's for sure.
A lot of the southern lakes, we get comments on videos pretty frequently from the guys down south fishing lakes with white crappies on them. They got 10-inch minimums on those lakes. And there's lakes here where if you had a 10-inch minimum, there wouldn't be any 10-inchers in it because it would get overrun with 5 and 6s.
Yeah, there'd just be too many fish.
We've seen that happen on some of our favorite crappie lakes where the big ones get cropped off by angling pressure, then people stop fishing it, and it's 7-8 years before you can even get a 7.5, 8-incher. There's too much competition, not enough food. So we're conservationists. We rarely keep a lot of fish, but we're going to keep them out of the lakes where it's needed, and others lakes where our trophy crappie lakes, we may not keep any.
Yeah, we
Fish it 4 or
usually
5
let
times,
those.
put them all back.
Usually put them all back. When you've got a lot of lakes around you like we do, there's no point in keeping those big fish on bodies of water that you can hopefully keep at a big fish lake by letting them go, when you can come and fish these small lakes that are just full of fish, that's perfect for getting your table fare instead of putting a herd on those lakes that can produce trophy crappies. Ooh, nice crappie. Probably one of the nicer ones of the day so far.
Got a fish to hit. I don't think it was that fish though.
You did have something hit you? Oh. Nice crappie. Went over a nice mark and Dad got one.
Decent fish.
Got one?
Might be going far enough that he's got film.
I reel up and he gets one. What's the odds of that? So there you have it. If you're looking for a really good trolling bait, summertime, fall, for crappies, try out the Bender by Lateral Line Lures. Try out their smaller series. They've got, I believe, 3 different sizes in the Bender out right now that I've actually had a chance to use.